Listen up! You are now listening to News with My Fiancé with DJ Ambush and Morgan Jones.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Fiancé.
Hey. Hey, y'all, hey.
It was so hard to get out of bed today.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Pitch black.
Well, you did get up a little bit earlier than everybody else.
We've reached it, though. We've reached the part of fall.
Yeah.
Where it's so dark in the morning that you think it's the nighttime and you think you have more time to sleep because obviously mornings aren't this dark. I don't live in Alaska. And then you find out, yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're that dark.
Dark days.
And dark nights.
Bruh. Yeah. You've been up for a while.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to sound a little revolutionary, guys. But I feel like they just need to shove a couple more hours in the middle of the night so we can get sleep. You know, between 12 and 8, which when I normally wake up, I need like 3 more hours shoved in there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this.
You know? Yikes.
Can ChatGPT figure out how to add hours to your sleeps?
I think
the AI is taking over. Okay?
The AI, the ABC.
The ABC.
The CIA. Well, they've been taken. It's just, wait.
Please don't talk about them while we...
Or on theirs.
You know, trying to get disappeared.
Well, listen. This is the deep state, and this is Biden's CIA.
Okay.
You know what's so funny?
The Biden crime family.
Yes.
That's the joke. You know what's so funny? The Biden crime family. You're right. That is absolutely hilarious. And whoever came up with that, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to step on your situation. Whoever came up with that, kudos. You know? The more simple, the better.
You're absolutely killing it. Biden crime family. I want like I don't know, like a Martin Scorsese intro. Biden crime family. Shows him falling off his bike.
I mean, dog. that was what happened in my mind is you said Scorsese and I was like, so Leonardo DiCaprio will play Joe Byron? Like, that's the only way that could work.
No, Leo totally could, though.
And then you said he's falling off his bike. Yikes. Y'all.
Hey, we got text already. Happy birthday, Ambush. I was out of town last Thursday. Thank you. Thank you.
It was my birthday.
There she go. Here she go. Again. Look what you were in time for.
Yeah, always in time for that. My shenanigans. Everyone has time for that.
Someone else said, so dark in the morning, and the only relief comes when we get to be jet lagged without going anywhere.
That's it. Why am I so confused and discombobulated? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the earth be doing its thing, you know? And then...
Thanks for brightening our morning, though.
All the hearts, all the exos.
It's true. Why is now I'm about to change the whole topic of the show.
Yeah.
Why is it that what we do
in the
as
shadows,
humanity is in direct opposition to what the planet is like? Hey, man, look, it's dark time. Push your whole day back.
Be asleep.
Be asleep. Like, what are you trying to do?
Rest.
Two things you should be doing at dark time. Either you're in the club or you're in the bed. That's it. And if you're working, it's because you work at the club.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Everyone else, just take it down. Take a beat. For God's sakes.
Take a beat. Well, Ambush, if there weren't people making sausage McMuffins or something at 5 a.m,
right.
what would the people that make $32 an hour driving around in an electrician truck or something, how would they feel better about themselves if there was nobody at work when they were heading out?
Not an electrician.
Y'all, you know what? I am so mad. I'm always mad because the state of the world is the state of the world. But I cannot, with all of the people so upset with the idea that they're going to be outed as not special.
Right.
And all of these people are the same people that tell you no second grade graduations around here. Merit.
Right. In my day.
When I was walking up the hill both ways, it was my tenacity and grit that got me to where top of the mountain where I could pull myself up by my bootstraps. And all of you lazy people that don't want to work, and you think that you're supposed to make a living wage at a high schooler's job? Let's talk about that real fast.
Yeah, that specifically. Go ahead.
If these jobs were only for teenagers and that let's just say we are all fine with exploiting those workers, right? We're just all fine with it because y'all don't pay rent or whatever it is in your mind that has convinced you that because they're younger, they deserve less pay.
Right.
They still would not be able to work the hours that you want those things, right? Like, the teens can't work overnight. They are students. But you need a Big Mac when you come out of the club.
Yeah.
How else will you make it to work tomorrow?
Club ready.
Tell me how that works. You absolutely have to have people to serve you. Those people should not really get paid.
Right.
Because low skilled, which, don't get me started.
Your inability to process this in any other way is a low skill. That's where the low skills are showing up. Here's another thing, though, right? Such a great point. They tell you, get good grades, graduate high school, go to college, trap, graduate, pick up all that debt. There used to be a time before some of the unions made things sticky, certain unions made things sticky, that high schools taught trades to the point where someone could graduate with enough training to go directly into the workforce before a lot of these jobs were sent overseas. What's so wrong with the kid coming out of high school and being able to work at McDonald's and have a wage that stops, that they can stop going to school right there? College isn't necessarily a thing they want to do. You know what?
But you know what I do love?
What?
Running this restaurant.
Yeah. I really love this. I wonder what that would do for the quality of service, quality of life.
Bruh.
Like, I can graduate high school and make a living and pay my bills and raise a family working at McDonald's? I think I'm going to do that.
Crazy pants. Can't do it. You know why? I need you in debt. I need you in big debt. I need you in huge debt, actually. I need you in what feels like insurmountable debt, which means you will forever and always be right here.
Yeah.
What I am really excited about, again, hot labor summer. We have been out here getting it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kaiser, walk out? What?
Yikes.
Huh? Teachers looking around like, it's our time.
I don't know if you saw this, but Ben Crump put a post up talking about the music industry is robbing musicians.
Uh-oh. Put him on notice, did he?
He put him on notice. He put him on notice. We got a couple texts. Couple texts.
Mm-hmm.
Preach on it. Humans were meant to gather around the fire and chill with the sleeping plants and animals in winter. Not continue the same summer grind.
That's it.
This is what we're talking about. That's it.
Can we please? Why do we have to do this?
Somebody said, I know the tea is about to be good when Morgan does a quick voiceover as she's introducing a story. It's coming. It's coming. A couple more. Or like striking workers in the service industry in Las Vegas who've been working for decades and still not afford to live on only the one job. Yeah.
Hot labor fall.
Come on, man. They say it's okay to underpay high schoolers so they can put a smokescreen over starvation wages for everyone.
That's it.
Nothing else.
That's it. It's completely fine. To add, you gotta have these hierarchies in order for capitalism to work the way it works. And again, these are the systems working as intended, not like, whoopsies, there's a bug in the system. Like this is it.
Right.
I really want people to start thinking about it in the way of like the way that Steve Bannon, the way that Steve Bannon was able to articulate how he is able to remove himself from the most dastardly, deadly regimes, I guess. Like how he is able to just, we're just sitting around the table at work, we just happen to be talking about how to kill everybody. But like what our job to do is figure out how to do it most effectively. Like we got to think about that's what was happening. Folks deciding these are decisions. This is not like something that we absolutely have to do. Capitalism is not innate. It is it's not for us. But they sat around and they decided we got to have some people that don't get it in order for us to have it.
Yeah.
And in order for us to have it hand over fist, those people can't even we don't really need to pay them.
Mm-mm.
So finding ways around paying you, finding ways around you being able to live on, but doing a job that you enjoy, because that's not the point of capitalism. I don't care if you do or don't like this job. I don't care if you don't like your supervisor. I don't care if the customers are rude to you.
Right.
I don't care. Come get this measly little bit of money.
Right.
And shut it up. Also, don't get sick.
That's it.
Don't get sick.
I've decided I'm going to run for governor.
What?
It's not. It's going to be. Yeah. I want to try some things, man. I want to shake some things up because, all of this stuff is just like, man, why don't you guys just be better? Why doesn't leadership just be better?
That is,
be better at leadership, and I don't know, have one of the best states, mayor. I don't know, have one of the best cities. Everyone's competing for being the worst city.
Oof.
Like, who can?
Don't they want to make cities great again?
Jeez, man.
Come on. You know what, Ambush? I'm here for you being mayor. I'm not moving to the office or the house or wherever you gotta live.
Tevis was living downtown, wasn't he?
That's the mayor, not the governor. You said governor.
And then you said just now, I'm down with you being mayor.
Oh,
so I thought that was you saying. That was you like setting. I could.
Well, whatever. Let's move on. I don't like it when I mess things up. Forget it.
No, I didn't think you messed up. I thought you were just like, this is my limit. I'm not for the governor.
Yeah, no, go. You can, do it.
I got to find out what you can do before you get in there first. Because I would be governor and be like, and now I'm raising minimum wage. And they're like, wait a minute, you can't do that.
Well,
then what I run for? I'm out of here, guys.
That would definitely not be great if you didn't know the powers of the governor.
I'm doing executive order. You don't have those.
You know exactly who you sound like.
Trump?
Matt Gaetz. who we all know is about to run for governor. Like, he has to. Frat Gaetz is about to be out here like
Maddie.
Ron DeSantis.
I think he about to be out here worse than Ron DeSantis.
Oh, no, I'm just saying he's going to be talking all the smack about him so he can get out. Yeah, Ron got to go.
The way they turned it on him.
We are definitely going to talk about Frat Gaetz. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that I'm not going to spend a solid amount of time talking about Beavis or Butthead. I can't remember. I never remember. But he looks just like the one with the dark hair.
That's Butthead.
Okay.
Yeah. The only reason I remember is because one of the things I constantly remember about Butthead is him yelling at Beavis, saying Beavis.
Oh, okay.
Beavis, yeah.
I spent approximately 0 time watching Beavis and Butthead.
You didn't want your MTV?
I wanted music on MTV.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't like Daria in real time either, so, you know.
Wow. No liquid television? No Aeon Flux? None of that?
None of it was, no. I think you're showing yours. You enjoyed it.
I was going to say, I think that's actually accurate. That makes sense. You were too young to enjoy that stuff. Right? See it
so young, you guys.
Anyway, to see it for the jewels of television that was happening in front of us. It was a welcome departure from videos because it wasn't during like video hours at first.
It wasn't. You're right.
You know, it wasn't in the way. But then they were like, real world.
And now that I watched, that my peepers were open. Like, what is going on here? Why do these people live together? Why would they choose to do this?
Why haven't they kicked Tuck out yet? Puck. Number 1. Oh, yeah. It is Puck.
Oh, yeah.
Like
definitely is. There's no question. Anyway, It's been a week. It's always a week. But we had another inbred surrection. It just looked a little different.
Yes. Yes, it did.
No, I won't go too far into that.
All right.
But there's a lot has happened within this week that we don't have time to talk about. But our theme of today is the dangers of unseriousness in positions of power.
Yes.
Just how I get so upset when in moments of remembering. Oh, these people are not serious. Like, oh, right. Fam, you actually are just doing theater.
Yeah.
You are all failed theater kids.
Yikes. Okay. I didn't see that angle coming.
No, because actual theater kids, successful theater kids, successful does not mean that you're on Broadway.
Right.
But they know who they are way earlier than most people. Like, they are more willing to be like, hey, I do the things with the steps and I like to do it over here on this stage. Like, these people hit it, like, this is I'm too cool for school, but also I should be president. I'm not going to know anything about this country, but I do pledge my allegiance to it. But I am not a sheep. And also, I am going to give you tax breaks or something. I mean, like, the only thing that conservatives are here for in governance or politics is for tax cuts. Like, it's literally to keep certain people rich and other people not. Like, that's the only thing. They have no governing to do.
Right.
There is no, I mean, when I think about the fact that they stopped everything and were like, John Fetterman, who is apparently, been replaced by somebody 7 times over.
Full clone.
Yeah. He's wearing a hooded sweatshirt, and that is the worst thing that could ever happen here. And so we're going to have to halt it all so that we can codify a rule about a dress code. A dress code.
Because then what? You can get your job done better if the person next to you is in a suit
This is not like I can't work because there's so much clutter on my desk. I got to clean the desk before I can start working. That is a person.
Right.
And honestly, I wouldn't care if everybody there was in a hooded sweatshirt. Like, or Hawaii. Yes, like leisure wear. If they were doing what they needed to do. Because that's not the thing that matters. And the fact that it is just continuously so unserious that those are things that take precedence before you decide, you know what, maybe we should stop playing around and deal with some of these crises as if they are actual crises.
Right. That the entertaining of the unseriousness is what really like drives me up the wall. It snatches my boots before you ask.
It absolutely.
Yeah. Just the
snatches mine too.
Like, okay, so now there's a small contingent of people that are upset that he's wearing a hoodie. Where was the larger contingent of people that turn to them and say, who cares?
Shut up.
Who cares? We need you to vote on such and such bill. Okay? Please, this is a distraction and it's lame. You go put a hoodie on. We're not talking about this. Let's get back to business. Like, it just isn't that. It's, well, you know what? We need to respect everyone's opinion.
Bipartisanship, I got to reach across that aisle.
Right back into participation. Everyone's important here with their opinion.
All voices.
No.
When somebody is more upset about a colleague wearing a plain hooded sweatshirt than they are, I don't know, police brutality or the fact that in their own states, in their own cities, there is exploding homelessness,
right?
Exploding addiction, but they are absolutely making money off of that. Yeah. So, policy choices and whatnot. The priorities show just how unserious all of this is, which then, puts me in the loop of, why am I spending my day doing this?
Right.
Why learn more? It only makes it worse sometimes, It doesn't, friends.
It doesn't.
But it is a constant state of rage. Per usual, James Baldwin had it right.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's infuriating to see people in positions of power, and this isn't just politics. This is all across all industry. To be in positions of power and be so mid at everything they do. They don't know their job. They don't know, or they do. And our idea of what should be happening or what
is completely askew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm thinking about that mayoral bid again. Listen,
oh boy.
I understand now you got to start maybe council member. I don't know. All I know is they're not going to like me. I'm going to be telling on everybody. Listen, y'all, remember that vote we were supposed to have? Such and such is an enemy of progress. They have said, that's going to be what? I'm going to be.
The city council meeting's about to be popping.
About to be lit. Like, yo, we were almost there. But then Renee going to say,
ooh,
and he'd have no facts to back it up. This why we have this problem, y'all. Talk to Renee. Boom.
I mean, step right in. Do it right now. That is applicable to every moment that Renee is around.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Mayor Mingus has said...
Do not speak that into the universe. Take it away.
I want to take it away,
back.
Right? I want to take
Reel
it
it
away.
in.
But I also want to be seen as a soothsayer.
Oh, okay.
Amsterdam.
So anyway...
Amsterdamus, if
oh
you will.
My word. Amsterdamus.
The reason I think he'll become mayor is because it's something I really don't want to happen.
Yeah.
And, he got Trump. I did call Trump.
Well, I will say this. The performative nature of what we have watched become the fallout of trying to teach people that any sort of diversity, inclusion, equity, the importance of equity, the importance of some folks starting on third base and some not. The fallout of that has been like, is the person black? I think maybe just give them the job. And we don't want that.
No, we don't. We don't. And to be clear, guys, understand this, like, seriously. Mingus will be our Eric Adams. Like, no joke.
Oh yeah, like no playing around.
No joke. Guys.
No playing around.
Everything you hear, like,
Mans will be like, stop and frisk has never been on the books here.
Right.
And we should just put it on the books. We should make it up.
Give it a try.
Give it a shot.
Somebody said, how do I volunteer for councilperson Ambush's campaign?
Oh, God. Yes. Well, I see your running mate for whatever other position that you could run for. Happy October, my horror. I can never do this.
Oregon.
Thank you. Gonians, though. That it made it even harder.
Oregonians. Wow.
Thank you for giving it. Good morning from Yarudo. Yeah, that's always Rudo's definitely your running mate. No matter what you're gonna.
Oh yeah. Me and Roots.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
That's what this is gonna be. Me and Roots.
That's the campaign.
That's the campaign. And then we'll do it like on off years. Me and Roots, 2027.
I'm in for this. I will update the graphic. I will make sure the shirts get printed. That's what I can contribute to the campaign.
So said no maps. No.
Yeah.
Agreed. I don't want. I do not want. But I'm just so used to disappointment.
Bruh.
Jeez. All right.
So I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna give the what we're talking about today while you curate.
Oh. Right.
A sound.
All right.
Scape.
I had some Dino Jones lined up, but okay.
Oh, I mean, hey, that sounds like curating a soundscape to me. We're just doing a little different today because we are continuously doing too many stories and not getting to them. So, in local news, panic at the displacement. This ain't no regular degular racism, y'all. This is an alleged racist conspiracy.
I did not mean for that to be so loud.
And in national news, Matt Gaetz being a wrecking ball of his own party is my new favorite show. It's also my favorite song. Listening to McCarthy talk about how other people aren't real conservatives, new favorite song.
Bruh.
Play it all the time.
Cut it out. Cut it out, sir.
So we're going to jump into both of those today. But what I was about to say before Ambush so rudely cut me off. We are seeing the pattern of we need to put a black woman in, or we need to get a black man to do. And if we really haven't learned a thing yet, just even like, if you can't learn it nationally, let's just go local. Yeah. Did Danielle Outlaw, did Chuck Lavelle, being police captain, chief, whatever did it help? Mm. Did it keep anybody safer? Did they stop harming citizens? What about Kamala Harris as vice president? Did she stand there and tell people in Guatemala, don't come here? Did she do the same thing that they would have? Like, fam, this is the performance isn't even a good one.
Not even a good one.
It's not even a good one. Don't get sucked into that idea. Like, they have ruined every phrase. Identity politics sounds like it absolutely has to be a person of color or a non-man, non-straight white male. That's how that hits now. When really, the people that do the identity politics are the straight white males who tell you how everybody else is doing identity politics because they think they should get by on their color of their skin. And Martin Luther King told us we shouldn't do that. It's the content of their character. And I believe that too. And like the performance, they are sitting around a table. They are deciding how they're going to do it. They are talking about the talking points they're going to use. They are unserious. They're unserious about all of the things, but certainly putting the center, I don't know, putting Democrats on their heels in the way of like, oh no, let me show you how they're stumbling over their feet to show you how inclusive they are when they are absolutely not inclusive. Your inclusion cannot be the black woman face of Uber. Fam, and call her a labor leader. Right. I am losing it.
Right.
Gavin Newsom was like, you know what we need? A labor traitor. Diane Feinstein walked so we could put another labor traitor in there.
Right.
Like,
I'd like to introduce you all to Barbra Lee.
I mean, not with Barbara right there. Are you going to do this? I mean, you did it. It happened. It's done.
It's done.
She's sworn in. But like, these are the moments. What is happening in California? What is happening? Gavin out here talking about debating. Who does he want to debate? Like Ron DeSantis or something.
Yeah,
it's like,
DeSantis.
What are you doing? Bigger fish to fry, homie. I don't stop getting your presidential bid going. I'm not here for this right now.
Right.
It's also like they're doing a lot of like, here's this really great thing, and then, give you
this.
So anyway, performances, unserious performances, terrible performances. That's today.
Yeah. Rudo said, get ready for a rude ambush.
That's it. That's the campaign.
Go time. All right, let's take a little music break. Does that work?
Now.
Came in a little hot there.
Listen, you giving me my late 90s life right here. That's when Missy was the sound of every single girl group, woman. Listen, do you sing?
The feature, the producer,
the writer.
Like, come on, man. That was the Missy era.
That was the beginning of the era, though.
True.
What we learned later is she had been writing. Before she stepped into anybody's video.
Yeah.
Or put on anybody's black trash bag.
Missy.
She was already doing it.
I mean,
makes no sense.
It's just, her sound, just like her vibe, her individuality that she brings to the music is so different from everyone else's, right? And it just oozes influence. Like, there isn't a time when she isn't a part of a song where you're like, this is the coolest part of the entire song. Like, just, she bodied that. As dope as Mocha came in, I mean, Mocha's a classic. That's a classic bar. Like,
yeah.
So, anyway, like, what? Missy just brought it home.
Real quick, got a text. It's still the Missy era. And you right.
Listen.
And you right.
Factuals.
Big right. Yeah, like,
Facts.
Absolutely.
Sheesh.
It's always funny to me when people have the conversation of like, look what Missy was able to do without talking about sex. And I'm like, you have never listened to Missy Elliot a day in your life. Not a day in your life.
That used to be the same thing when, they were talking about conscious rap versus this type of rap.
You've never listened to Common.
Right. You've never listened to any Detroit rapper.
Ooh,
You've never listened
one of them that you were like, oh, head wrap, Caprice.
Right. Slum Village with the head wrap. Boy, you listen to
the B words that be running. The misogyny is high.
Man.
It's too damn high.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm jumping right in because we're already off track. I have timed this down to, the minute, and never ever do we do it right. So I'm sure everybody saw this week that the conductor of Chaos, Matt Gaetz, got busy out here.
Super busy.
In a historic turn of events, Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz led a successful effort to oust House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The motion to vacate the Speaker's chair passed by a vote of 216 to 210. McCarthy is the first House Speaker in U.S. history to be voted out of office.
Oh my gosh.
I should have looked this up, but wasn't he also the first person to need like 18,000 different votes to get in.
It was so hard to get in, dude.
Whew.
He's historical in and out.
Yeah, that is a man that made history. Gaetz' move was supported by 7 other Republicans, leading to a day of political upheaval on Capitol Hill. McCarthy announced later in the day that he would not seek the speakership again.
Oh, yeah. Please don't put us through it.
In running for speaker, McCarthy, maybe you guys will remember, McCarthy's quest for power was so strong that he reportedly agreed to appoint members of the Freedom Caucus, the ultra-conservative faction of House Republicans, to influential committees, including the Rules Committee. That move gave the Freedom Caucus significant power to control debates and bill advancement in the House. The Rules Committee can rewrite bills after they've been voted on by other committees and decide which amendments are allowed on the House floor. And that shift could impact legislative decisions and deepen divisions within the GOP forever. But it was McCarthy's unseriousness for governing that led him to agree to allow member advancement of a motion to vacate that made his removal that much easier. In the wake of McCarthy's removal, Congressman Matt Gaetz suggested that either Congressman Jim Jordan,
Peak unseriousness,
G.Y.M. Jordan, or Congressman Steve Scalise. I'm going to say it unserious. They would be a monumental upgrade, he said. Both Jordan and Scalise have thrown their hats into the ring for the speakership. Gaetz' comments reflect the ongoing turmoil that he is just jumping right in to stoke. The removal of Speaker McCarthy by a small faction of Republicans highlights a broader trend with the GOP. Procedural weapons, such as impeachment, motions to vacate, and efforts to block majority rule are increasingly being used to disrupt democratic institutions and oust political opponents. This trend has raised concerns about the stability of government and the ability to govern effectively, as emergency measures are often used more frequently. As House Republicans prepare for internal elections to nominate a new speaker on October 11th, they're going to take the week, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, how many votes are they going to need to get the next speaker? Because they're elected by the majority of those present and voting. It's not like, anyway, that's going to be interesting. As I'm sure you all could have guessed, Senate Majority Turtle Mitch McConnell is like, hey, I hope the next speaker gets rid of this motion to vacate. That thing is just getting in the way, guys. Imagine, Ambush. Imagine.
I don't have to.
Imagine being the one that lays the foundation for your own removal. And then you're like, what happened?
Oh, my God.
But I was doing everything right. I was doing everything you guys wanted. So there was no reason that you guys would use that rule that you made me put in order to get the speakership. And I didn't want to give you that, but I had to give you that in order for you to vote for me. Like, when they did that, I remember us talking about it, like, you are allowing the Freedom Caucus to tell you they want the option for one member to be able to advance a motion to vacate. They're literally saying, we will give you the speakership now and take it away from you as soon as we want to. And he's like, got it. You know what, guys? Do it.
They should have just gave him a Letterman jacket. That's all he was doing. He just wanted to be the
and
popular.
a gavel.
Yeah, and a gavel. He just wanted to be the popular guy in school. It's complete bonkers. Like, you mentioned something earlier about the concerns about the effectiveness of governance.
Yeah, unserious.
When's the last time government's been effective? And
I want to be clear. When we say government isn't effective, it isn't because government can't be effective.
Right.
Government is choosing to be ineffective in order to do this theater. And we, again, none of this is innate. All of these are things that somebody sat around a table and decided.
Yeah.
And the people that sat around the table were just sitting around the table. They weren't the smartest people at the time.
No.
They wouldn't come close to being the smartest people today. And the fact that we are still living within those rules of,
Yeah.
We could say a lot of things by people that don't deserve to have the statues or the cachet or any of the things that they have.
Any of it.
We still live in that and must uphold these pillars and traditions and whatnot that only harm us. They only harm the masses. And what a time to be alive, to watch these people eating their own faces in order to advance nothing. Like, all of this is happening so that they don't have to do anything. Like, how can I answer to my constituents if I have to deal with Matt Gaetz?
Oh my God.
I gotta get this problem solved first, guys. And then, you know what we can do? We can start talking about a minimum wage. We can start talking about, maybe we'll put a committee together to look into the impact of climate change. Will that hold you off for a sec? We'll get a committee together to look at the impacts of over-policing. Okay? We'll do that. We're going to get to the bottom of why people are homeless.
Right.
But really you're not. And really you don't care. And really the entire thing is just chaos. That's what this is. If anybody is opening the door on purpose in order for Jim Jordan to do something, unserious.
Yeah. It's chaos. Sans any, I guess that goes and locks up with chaos. Sans any degree of like self-preservation too. Like anybody can get it, including me. Like it's just the way they're you want proof that anyone can get it? Look at me. Like, because here's the thing, right? It was hilariously difficult for Kevin McCarthy to get the seat. He agreed to a lot of dumb stuff, right?
It wasn't even dumb. It was dangerous.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Nah, I'm gonna save that for my campaign. And anyway,
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What a tease.
I don't want to reveal that strategy. But anyways, the second Matt Gaetz started becoming a vocal problem for him. You know what? We need an ethics investigation. For Republicans to come out now and say, "Oh yeah, everybody knew Matt was messy because he showed video," Kevin, did you it was too hard for you to get in. Why are you acting like this was effortless so you don't really care which way it goes? It was embarrassing how many times you had to bring the vote.
Oh, hugely. Hugely.
And then here it is, the people you had to bend the knee to, now looking to chop your head off, and you're just like, I guess my time's up.
I'm a real conservative, though, and they do not get the, what's the word? Privilege.
Yeah.
To call themselves that. They are, they being the Republicans that did not want this, the 210 Republicans that were like, who is this child messing with our stuff? Get the toddler out of here. Yeah. We can't deal. Yeah. Those dudes formed like Voltron, as they do, sat around a table and said, who did the Madison Cawthorn one? It's time.
That's his name. His name popped right in my head. I was like, what's that guy's name? He is gone.
Release the vids.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to talk about him and the minors now.
They got
Madison. Go right out there on the mall and say it.
Yeah.
Just say everybody knew that was happening.
Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but not realizing how culpable you guys.
I mean.
You're now saying on camera to the news. Oh yeah, we all knew. What?
Pretty much everybody knows that, he's got the proclivity. Oh, thank you. I'm glad this other open secret, like Bill Cosby's, just still happening.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Old boy was like, that's why no one jumped to defend him. That's you thought
no
that was
one
the right,
jumped to defend him because we knew he did it. Like,
You thought that was the right thing to say?
fam, you are looking for brownie points. Like, if that isn't the most second grade graduation moment.
Yeah. See,
we are good. We didn't say anything. We didn't defend him because we knew he'd be out here. It's just unserious. So now, we're going to go through this. Matt Gaetz has already given us the insanity that he was framed.
Oh, yeah.
Because someone was trying to blackmail his dad. So Matt got caught in the fray. And that's why anybody ever said anything about him and minors. It is wild that his bestie was like, oh, I'd be doing that.
Totally did it. Morgan, I'm going to look you in your eyes. I'm going to say this.
Uh-oh.
You and I know for a fact that Matt Gaetz, Frat Gaetz, was texting those videos to people. He's that type. He'll text it and they'll walk up to you like, did you hear my text? Did you see what I sent? There are people outside of his phone, okay, that have the evidence. He's messiest of boots.
Oh, he definitely is.
Like,
I'm just waiting for one day for one of these people to be smarter than their dad or smarter than the dude
dog.
before or smarter than their dog. Yeah. Like, if you're going to be the dude that's like, hey, want to check this out? Like,
right.
If you're going to be that guy, unsolicited sex tapes.
Right.
At least don't send it. Maybe covertly show it on your phone so that nobody can then have it to use against you later. Now, I would like Matt Gaetz to continue to. I would like Matt Gaetz to continue to get this treatment. This is exactly what he's supposed to get.
Yeah.
He's supposed to get these dudes saying, that guy sucks. We don't even like him. He's the new Ted Cruz. Get him out of here. Like, the fact that the House is just like, I'm totally fine with expelling this guy.
This text said, hey, go easy on Matt Gaetz. The poor guy never had a high school girlfriend until he was 30.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yikes!
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang.
Wow. I mean, you know what? Good point.
Fantastic point. And I will. Let me reel it in. Because we know how hard it is on those gents when the government didn't give them a wife yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember who the congressman is who was out there first being like, yeah, I mean, everybody knew he was out here doing the, and then, so that guy explaining how he does this all the time is like, I mean, obviously before he was married.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Right, sure.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks.
that definitely stopped Fram. But you mean to tell me?
What kind of, you still trying to save on him? Like, what are we talking about?
No, who is that for? I was sitting there like, okay, you don't like this guy. You want him out. You want him engulfed in flames right now. So you guys are throwing everything you can. Why would you throw that little nugget? And I was like, this is me and my,
right.
I think overthink everything too much and all that. But is that like we're just going to continue to pretend that we care about the sanctity of marriage, know? Like,
Stop it.
Like, I mean, he's awful, but not that awful. Matt Gaetz is a fail son. Matt Gaetz is a Nepo baby in the worst way.
Yeah.
A talentless Nepo baby, because I am not against the nepotism when the talent is,
when
or
the talent trickles down, man,
or the brains, or the know? I am.
We're at the tempo and major.
That smile on your face. I'm not mad at that. What I am mad at is what we do in this country and always have is hand it down to my son because son.
Yeah, right. Not daughter.
The episode never daughter.
Son, you heard me.
Shout out to Ivanka. It's never gonna, it's never gonna be you.
It's never gonna be.
I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna have more sons.
Oh.
It's the most ridiculous, unserious. Oh, man. I don't even have Trump on here because I have been doing my level best to not listen to him come outside of the courtroom and be like, witch hunt every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But y'all, all of those times before when he was running for president and then when he was president and you were like, oh, well, that's got to do it, right? Hit the we got him button. Yeah. That's it. I mean, he's doing all of it, but worse now. He basically admitted to doing the fraud after leaving the courtroom. But in his mind, and I think that Trump does believe this because it's not that he's
detached from reality.
No, well, yes, he is. No,
okay.
He's not completely stupid. There's
a strategy.
There's
method to madness.
Yeah. I don't know that I would have said either of those things, but I don't have the words, so I'm going to stick with it. It's just that he's not. He knows what he's doing with certain things he's doing.
Uh-huh.
He just gets to do I've never heard of white supremacy, so I don't know what you mean. Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
Let me go read a book.
Right. I've never heard of what I practice, but
David Duke is a good guy, bad guy, same time. I don't know. Hannah Montana.
Never. Where's Waldo? Never heard.
Never heard of him.
What?
Oh, he's not completely out of it, right? But he said, basically, hey man, I did it out in the open, so I don't really know what the problem is. Y'all been had this information, so if you were mad about it, you probably should have said something a while ago. I don't think in those moments, I don't think he hears it.
I don't know, man. I think he hears it more than we do. I think those are the moments when he's like, he's almost speaking the Matrix code.
No, you're right. Because they then say, he told you it was, that's just smart business. That's a good business.
Right.
Oh my God.
Remember he did the same thing with the taxes. He was like,
of course I don't pay taxes.
Of course I don't pay taxes.
What am I, a dummy?
Yeah, I use those loopholes. Why wouldn't you use those loopholes? Come on, get over yourselves.
And the people who are literally fighting tooth and nail to get food stamps that vote for him, don't understand that him not paying taxes is the reason that they can't get any assistance.
Right.
Also, he's just lying.
He's just
making numbers up and being like, $1 trillion. And then, you can't have had no value to these things in order for you to not pay taxes, but then have the most value when it comes to, I am too liquid. I do too have money. I do too. It's this circuitous thing. It's like, I am rich and famous because of my properties, and my properties are rich and famous because of me. And this circle of, it's this thing, it's that. No.
But without me, the properties are still worthless. Hence, no taxing.
Yeah, if you take my name off of it, you can sell that building for $1. But when you have the gold Trump on there, $1 trillion. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's he's consistently doing the quiet part out loud, and I don't even know what to call it anymore. Like, is it even the quiet part?
Bruh. I'll just say this, to bring it back to Matt Gaetz real quick, and how he is a fail son, and how he is just playing in our face, and we're paying for it. As everyone was mad at him for fundraising as they were doing the vote, he's basically sending the emails like, we got him, guys. Look what I did. I got McCarthy out, or it's on its way. Give me some money. And he explains, I'm a real patriot out here getting real patriots to give me $20, $30 at a time. I need you to understand, Matt Gaetz does not know what grassroots means.
No, not at all.
He does not understand small dollar donors. He does not understand any of that.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't. You are pennies and you are not the point. But when you are able to say, this is a grassroots situation. I'm not taking big PAC money. His dad is like hundreds and hundreds millionaire. All y'all people with all of the slavery money need to stop acting.
Yeah.
Like you're doing somebody a favor by not taking PAC money.
Right.
Pay for your own ride. Right? Bootstrap. Fam, you got it.
Yeah.
You did the thing. And the fact that people will donate to him that can't afford gas, can't afford the groceries that they used to be able to get, they will give him money, just like they gave Donald Trump money and are continuing to give Donald Trump money, because what they represent is what they want to be.
Right. And they want to feel like contributors, man. They want to feel like they're part of it. Part of securing their future.
The future cannot be Matt Gaetz as governor of Florida and his dad as the senator of Florida. Like, y'all. Obviously not y'all.
Well.
But like that can't be. We are just, again, showing the willingness to do fascistic things.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders is a governor.
I'd like a music break. I'm going to scream. Otherwise, I am just going to.
I just want to remind people of the world we live in. Sarah
Another
Sanders
ridiculously unserious nepo baby.
Yeah. And we're back. Welcome back to News My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. We are in October. So you know what's around the corner. It's the Fall Fun Drive.
What?
October 16th through the 27th. Get your ducats ready.
Mm-hmm.
Come through with your wallets and credit cards. Get the change off the dresser. Take it to coin. What's it called? The coin thing.
Star, but don't do that.
Star.
Go to your bank or something.
Is it? You want all those coins at the bank?
I want you to keep the coins, instead of paying Coinstar a huge percentage in order to count it.
Good point.
Yeah.
I've never imagined walking into my bank with coins. I've always looked at it like, oh, you guys don't want to deal with these.
I have always looked at it like, you have a machine that counts this.
And wraps.
Take it.
All right. Take your coins into your bank. Get your money up. But you know what? You don't have to wait until the fund drive to give.
It's true.
Year round. You can just go to xray.fm, hit that donate button. Bam.
Ambush, do you want to know how I know that you can donate all the time?
Tell it to me.
Because Rudo made a flyer.
Yeah.
and it says it. And without this flyer, I would not have known that it's just right around the corner.
Right around the corner. There's something else going on the 16th. Oh, yeah. I'm going to that Far Side show. Me and James.
Shout out to James.
Shout out to my homie James. Yeah, go to the Far Side show.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Rudo, I absolutely love this flyer.
Yeah, it's super dope.
But yeah, it's coming.
Around the corner.
It's happening.
Yeah. 3 ways to give.
You guys will hear our pitches. They just get better and better over time.
It's true. It's true. I want to lean in heavy this year.
We say that every year.
That first year was crazy.
Time's gonna be weird. But you know what? Y'all let us know what you need from us.
Oh, as motivation?
As motivation, because
to give.
As you know, I need a hoodie. It's important. It's important to me.
Okay.
I would also like to actually outright win this time around.
Just flat out.
It not even close kind of win.
Yeah.
Is what I'm looking for.
Just John Wick the competition.
Woo.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I know what it means. You know? Okay.
Shout out to the franchise. I watched 2 and 3 recently to catch up before I could watch 4. I understand.
Got right on it, did you?
Yeah, I had to rewatch 2. I'd seen it before, but this is a refresher. Anyways, this place devastate, dismiss. We're talking about Albina. A historic law, almost at a horroristic. It's Rudo. He's got this horror all in me.
New words.
A historic lawsuit shines a light on decades of displacement and discrimination faced by residents of Portland's Albina neighborhood. Descendants of those who were forcibly uprooted during the expansion of Emmanuel Hospital in the 70s have filed a federal lawsuit against the hospital, the city, and Prosper Portland, alleging that their civil rights were violated. In the lawsuit, plaintiffs explained that 171 families were forced from their homes in the predominantly black neighborhood by a hospital expansion project that never happened. The lawsuit alleges a conspiracy between city leaders and the hospital decades ago to remove black people from central Albina under a false name of progress and the removal of blight. The Albina neighborhood in Portland, Oregon was once a vibrant, predominantly black community, but decades of discriminatory practices, redlining, and urban development projects took a toll on its residents, resulting in the displacement of thousands of families and the erasure of the rich cultural heritage. During World War II, the Great Migration saw thousands of black workers flock to Portland for job opportunities. As the city experienced an influx of black residents, Portland's white political leaders and even some local media outlets, including the Oregonian, viewed this demographic shift with concern. Discriminatory practices in housing, employment, and public services, including segregation in restaurants and theaters, persisted for years. It wasn't until the 1950s that Oregon began to address these issues, passing a landmark civil rights bill in 1953, over 3 decades after it was introduced. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
The Oregonian, the state's largest newspaper, played a pivotal role during this time. While it eventually supported equality and condemned discrimination, its past support of segregation and decades of ignoring the repercussions of those policies underscored the ongoing challenges faced by the black community. Albina was disproportionately affected by government-led urban renewal projects. The construction of Interstate 5 in the 1960s resulted in the destruction of thousands of homes and businesses, displacing many black families. The Emmanuel Hospital expansion in the early 70s demolished 22 city blocks in the heart of Albina's commercial district, displacing hundreds more residents. The initial coverage of this expansion project portrayed it as a positive development, but the reality for many was the loss of their homes and livelihoods. This lawsuit brings to the forefront more of Portland's deep history with racial bias and urban development projects that devastated the lives of many. Hey, do you remember we were in that hospital not too long ago?
Mm-hmm.
And there was that mural that depicted Albina, the neighborhood that the hospital erased. And you were like, no, they didn't. No, they did not put that up in here.
And why did I say that, you wonder? Because it's unserious. It's unserious to years later, quote, recognize the historical wrongs that have happened, but do zero historical things to right it. And if you are not going to, do your level best. And what level best means is whoever you have wronged, what they are asking for, if you aren't doing that, as a corporation, as a nonprofit hospital, you are unserious.
Very.
There is, Emmanuel is saying that they were not enriched in any way by the displacement of these folks and expansion of the hospital because they are a nonprofit hospital.
Right.
And I think it's those kind of moments where we should be so offended that that's a response. Nuh-uh, I didn't actually make money from this. Oh, you absolutely did. You absolutely did. You have the gorgeous children's hospital over there. You are the, trauma center of the state, basically. the cachet is real big.
Yeah, it's insulting to our intelligence to say you didn't make money because you're a nonprofit.
Yeah, that's a wild thing to say. Like, everybody should be mad.
Yeah.
And
super wild.
If you are going to spend more money on lawyers to say, we shouldn't have to give you anything, then you would to just fix this issue that you created. And I obviously do not mean the people that are in position today.
Right. Right.
Which should make it even easier for every single one of them just to right the wrongs.
Why is that a consistent issue, like all the way around, right? You're talking to people today about the problems that whatever system of governance that they're in has presented in the past. And they'll go a step, like a half measure, to be like, you know what? That thing happened. And then they go 13 steps back and say, but that has nothing to do with me.
I don't owe you anything. I never owned a slave.
You know what? You didn't own a slave. You're benefiting so much today, though.
How? I'm poor. Here's the thing. Rugged individualism, racism and capitalism. You gotta have rugged individualism for them to continue to thrive.
That's true.
This is not a collective project. This is an I am better than you project. This is why, when your eye is on the bottom line for shareholders or your eye is on the bottom line for your bonus, you aren't looking at even just the PR this would get you. And by that, my dad used to tell me all the time, you got to run good PR.
Yeah.
This is your moment. You call your grandma. You don't wait for her to call you. Run good PR.
Run good PR.
That said, these are the moments. Y'all don't. These corporations don't even care about good PR. They're just like, I'll buy my way out of getting canceled.
They really don't.
But like, fam, just if you were just like, you know what, we're gonna take the helm on this. We're gonna be historically, we will be the first in this city to say we got it wrong back then, and we are going to do what we can to make it right. Instead of doing that, they're like, hey man, I understand how awful this was. By that, I mean to the people that are dead now, not to your descendants, not to anybody else. They said that was back then, and we should just leave them in their graves and not speak about them. I understand it was bad. And look at how far we have come. We aren't even doing that anymore.
Pat us on the back. Someone said, owning land is money.
Period.
You own all that land.
Period.
Like, nice try. Nice try, guys.
Don't they own all that land that some of it they never even developed? Right. And that's the point.
That's the point.
The point is that this wasn't just regular, degular racism, and we're pushing a couple folks out. What they are alleging is that this was a conspiracy between Emmanuel Hospital and the city of Portland to remove Black families and Black people from a thriving Black community.
Right.
And what is happening right now, the response to that, just like the response to any sort of reparations talk, is
brace yourself.
I don't owe you anything. These people are always victims. That doesn't have anything to do with you. These are the same people that tell you that they are flying a Confederate flag because their ancestors fought for their farmland or whatever they're going to tell you.
Right.
History matters then. History matters when they're telling you about their grandpa that fought in the war against the so-and-sos and what. Right. That matters then.
History's so important.
But not when you have purposely devastated communities, purposely ruined lives, purposely made it impossible for those people to get ahead in order to keep the absolute intensely insane and unserious lie that there is a difference when it comes to ability to think, to form that white people are smarter, better, faster, stronger, all the time, everywhere, all at once. That's the lie.
You put together like 4 movies there.
Thank you.
I think there's even some Daft Punk or something.
That's the lie.
Yeah.
And in order to keep that going, you have to say, look, they had the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them money for those houses. It's not like they just got kicked out. I'm just going to consistently remind you that when slavery was abolished, humongous air quotes, what was supposed to happen? 40 acres and a mule to every single enslaved person. Correct? Did it happen? Absolutely not.
So
who got what?
Right.
Enslavers got buku land.
And bennies.
Boatloads of land.
Yeah.
Knowing that that is what wealth is. That's the wealth builder. You have to have that land to get some people to exploit to work on it, right? That's what it's for. So they pushed people out, demolished their homes.
And businesses.
And it is a field of grass. And it has been the entire time.
Like, y'all didn't try to put nothing on that? That's crazy.
It's blatant.
Yeah. That's wild.
It's blatant. This many years?
Speaking of this many years, that's part of the defense. You know?
No. Hey, it's been too long, man.
Limitations, guys. What are we even talking about? Come on, Taco Tuesday. What are we doing?
Yikes.
What are we? Huh? No, we can't still be talking about that. It happened so long ago. We did a name change, even.
Be for real. Be for real. Who gets what? Why are we fine with it? People are actually arguing that this is like, black people being victims again, as if you don't understand that being stripped of everything would matter to your future. These are the same people, again, boys will be boys. Their sons out of actual RAP because they have a future. Because you're not supposed to even look over here until I tell you to.
Right.
What is it like for you to have grown up in a supportive community where everybody in your neighborhood liked you? We can just put it at that. Treated you with respect.
Yeah.
Can you imagine growing up in a neighborhood in which everyone had disdain for you simply because you exist there? Because that's what happens when you displace people from the communities that they have built, that they are safe in, that are thriving. When you remove them for racist practices, you throw them into racist neighborhoods.
Yeah. Chaos.
And then in that chaos, you are expecting people to do well.
Right.
Look, I gave you a couple coins for the house. Go do something with your life. Really? Really? The generational trauma of racism alone every single one of us should be compensated.
Yeah.
No question. Not for what we still have to go through today. Not for the way that we get treated in a grocery store. Not for the way that you value our houses differently. Not for the way that you won't give us the loan. The bootstraps ain't real, as we all know. But when we're talking about those bootstraps and then somehow, some way, someone halfway pulls themselves up with those bootstraps, you're like, nah, can't happen. Take it away. I need everybody to understand that the projection that racist people do, all you guys are victims and you just want everyone to feel sorry for you. And you just want to make white people slaves or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Your projections are loud. It's what you want to do or have done or would like to go back to in practice. but you need to be in that position of power, because where those folks live is all I need to do is be better than X. And that imposter syndrome goes right out the window.
Right out.
I just, the idea that it wouldn't matter if you grow up in a community of people that care for you and make sure that you make it home safe and make sure that the neighborhood is in fact safe.
Just a safe neighborhood.
And you don't have to do that by pulling the police in, because the police don't make our communities safe. This is what Black people built, is what they're telling you they want to get back to. Like,
right.
Make America great again is make my neighborhood safe, make my neighborhood, make it supportive. That's not it, but that era, right? That idea that you could ride your bike into the nighttime and
leave your bike on the lawn.
Leave it on the lawn, and those kids are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Black people build that for themselves, and they say, not on my watch.
Not American dream, but not for you.
Not for you.
Not for you.
And not on my watch.
No.
Let's get around that table and figure out how we can make this different. Understand that there is no difference to me between the Klan coming over the hill on their horses or the people at the table saying, you know what, let's just pretend to expand a hospital. Man. I don't care that a cross gets burned at one and not the other. The people still die.
Yep.
The communities are still ravaged. And nobody gets in trouble for it. It just continues.
Disappears into the annals of history.
Every single body should want people to be made whole for as much as they possibly can. It doesn't actually even take away from you.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're not special. It means this isn't why you're special. Whatever you need to tell yourself, right, to give yourself that soccer trophy that you didn't get. Like, I cannot wrap my head around, if I'm not getting it, you can't have it, even though it doesn't affect me at all. It doesn't impact me in any way. It doesn't impact me even in my tax dollars.
You have a hole in your soul. There's something else going on. There's this cavernous hole in your soul. If you don't want everyone to be made whole, especially when it's not going to affect you directly, to make that happen.
Right.
But we all benefit as a community from it happening. Like, yeah.
Makes no sense.
None at all.
And it's a good thing that it's time to go.
Yeah.
Because I was about to get to cussing,
You can't.
And I can't.
You can't do it.
That's not really a good use of the dump button.
No.
Can't just be in here doing that.
You're listening to the X-Ray FM at KXRY, Portland at 91.1 and 107.1 FM, and in Nehalem, Manzanita, and Rockaway Beach at 91.7 FM, streaming online everywhere at xray.fm. And guess what? That was news of my fiance.
We did it!
Today's show was made possible by Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush, and our podcast editor, Kyle G. Thank you, everyone that hit us up with text messages. Thanks, Tech Squad fam.
Don't know where you were today, John. It's okay. little hungover from the cake from the grandbaby's birthday, I guess.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Also, Crystal, hello. Crystal.
Good morning.
Where have you been? Hey, Regis.
Hey, girl.
Please remember, do not let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.